What up, what up, what up? Welcome to my channel. This is RFUTAROT. Why RFU? Because I do what's right for me and you should do what's right for you and fuck who don't like it. Yes, I do cuss. I'm grown. So if you don't or if you don't like it, my bad, G, my bad. I'm an intuitive reader, so the moment I come to the table, the decks I pick, the messages I channel, the way the cards come out is intuitively guided by my spiritual gang. Allow yours to guide you to the messages that they have for you. Don't worry about timestamps, gender, zodiac signs. Take your piece. Don't be greedy. Do not manipulate my shit, G. Don't try to make my shit fit your shit and be mad when you get some different shit. I'm not the God of your understanding or your free will. With that being said, thank y'all for riding with me. Thank y'all for all the likes, subscribe, shares, comments, emails, all the feedback. I love that shit. Keep it coming. Now, this is a tarot tea sip session. Like I was saying in the last read, this is going to be like a 3-part tarot tea sip session. This one is going to be for couples that are together. Now, with that last reading, it was couples who are in separation. I feel like that was more so geared to there go that Mercury retrograde shit. But around here, you know, in RFU, we like to call ourselves the Magic School Bus Babies. We are ascended and shit. So for my Magic School Bus Babies, I feel like the couples in separation read was more so geared to my divine masculines, gang. I feel like just from meditating with your energy that this tarot tea sip session in regards to couples who are in union is maybe more so geared to my divine feminines. But we are going to bend a couple blocks and cut through the alleyways and see what the fuck is going on. Y'all know with the tarot tea sip session, we like to meddle in a motherfucker's higher self when they are usually lit. You know, drunk people don't tell lies. So I do this tarot tea sip session so we can figure out some shit that a motherfucker wouldn't tell you if they wasn't lit. Okay, G? Okay. So let's bend the block and see what the fuck comes out. I was going to start with these cards, but they said no, start with these. So I do what the fuck I'm told. Alright, what's going on for divine feminine, divine masculine in this tarot tea sip session in regards to couples in union? Before I even got the question fucking out, the cards that came out is the moon card. So yeah, y'all are together in union. Y'all might like to swing. I don't know if that's your thing. If it is, do your thing. But I do feel like, yes, you're in union. You all feel like there's things that other people don't comprehend that only you two get there. I do feel a very strong emotional tie here. I do feel like that this could be an actual counterpart relationship, you know, for the couples that are in union. The next card after that was the sun card. So we have the moon and the sun. Okay, we have the moon and the sun. Like, y'all can do it, dress it up and make it real for a nigga. I just heard together y'all can do all things, in the light and in the dark. You know what I mean? Like, together it's like you have the sun and the moon. It's like the sun rises and sets on y'all. It's like, you know what I mean? Y'all are together. This is 2 cards signifying a couple in union. The next card out for you two is the 9 of Swords. Now, the 9 for me is usually, especially the 9 of Swords, is usually like my nightmare card. Someone who has had enough. Like, the 9s for me speak on like enough. Someone, it's like completion of something or being done with something. 10 is like coming into fruition of whatever that thing is. The 9s for me are like coming to that breaking point. So like I was saying, the messages are kind of correlating with that separated read, the tarot tea sip session for my couples in separation. But I feel like y'all are together, but there is something with this 9 of Swords. Y'all do have this moon and this sun, like, you know what I mean? So is it a communication block with this being the Swords card? Is there something that y'all ain't communicating with each other? Because, I mean, these two people are, like, in an embrace. So I feel like y'all, and even these couples, they're all in an embrace. So I do feel like, you are together, okay? This is the tarot tea sip session for couples in union, but there is also no lack in the bedroom is what I'm hearing. Like, you all can express yourself sexually, but I feel like there may be something that you're not expressing like with your words, G. I was being called to this log over here, and I don't know if that's like a lock or something on the log, and when you look at the log like this, it kind of looks like a pencil, like there's a block in your communication. I'm feeling with this 9 of Swords. I am seeing this black cat, so I do feel like if you just express yourself, Divine Feminine, if you just express yourself in this matter, I feel like y'all can possibly overcome it. This is just the pre-shuffle, but I feel like with these 3 cards, y'all do have a clear understanding of each other and what makes y'all tick. So I feel like if you try to articulate this to your Divine Masculine, because I do feel like this is 2 divine energies here. So if you can correctly articulate yourself to this Divine Masculine that you're in union with, I feel like y'all probably could smooth it out. I don't know what the block is here, but you're going to have to work your way around that, Divine Feminine. So these cards did come out. Okay, it's 3. So they said these 2 go together and this one doesn't. Okay, 7 of Cups. Now, 7 of Cups is enlightenment, right? It's like the clarity of something, having the full knowledge of something. It's the veil being lifted. You clearly seeing things. So again, this is the pre-shuffle, but what I feel like it's saying for you is slow and steady wins the race. There is a turtle here, so I feel like if you approach the situation appropriately, whatever this conversation is, you can get clarity in the situation, and I feel like he will receive. Even in this card, you all are still embracing each other. So I'm not necessarily feeling a separation vibe, but I feel like there is this block in communication here for my couples in union with this Valentine's Day energy coming in this weekend. So just be vigilant of that. If y'all are spending time together and there's something that needs to be said on your part, Divine Feminine, or on your part, Divine Masculine. This is for couples in union. If there's something that you're hesitant about saying, I'm being called to tell you to just say that shit. The next card out is the 6 of Swords. Yeah, the 6 of Swords usually speaks on a break, right? The woman's necklace is broken. Also, the 6 of Swords in the traditional tarot is like someone in a boat going forward or leaving, right? Moving away from something. So what I'm getting with this, because y'all are still embracing in this card nevertheless, and in the traditional right away 6 of Swords, it's a man in a boat with a female energy and a child. You may have a child with this woman, or you just might have that actual, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is 2 divine people, 2 divine energies. So with the necklace being broke and with this being the 6 of Swords again, I feel like there is a conflict maybe in your environment. So I don't know if y'all are, I'm picking up some of y'all are moving or transitioning. Maybe some of y'all are moving back in with in-laws or somebody's parents. I'm hearing like not downgrading, but like some couples are trying to save up for something, or they're doing something differently as far as the finances. And like I'm hearing and seeing an environment change with this number 6. Y'all know that's the very first number in the physical for me as a reader. So I feel like there is a change in your environment that has taken place, and it's causing this break in communication, this block there. But I feel like, you know what I mean, because again, the necklace is still around her neck. Nonetheless, it's broken. It can be repaired. You know what I mean? It hasn't left. It hasn't separated for sure. The next card out is the 3 of Swords. Yeah. 3 of Swords usually speaks on heartache and loss, and also I do feel or see an older woman outside of the room. So like I was picking up with this card, there's a change in the environment. Some of y'all might have been moving back home with parents. It's the vibe I'm really getting, and it might be making this your Divine Feminine or your Divine Masculine, it might be making them feel a little uncomfortable in your level of privacy, I just heard, or maybe just the way y'all get down. Maybe there needs to be another environment change is what I'm hearing for the couples in union, real shit. So let's get some cards out here. Let's start breaking this shit down. Let's get some cards out here for the Divine Feminine in union for this Tarot Tea Sip session in regards to this Valentine's special. Divine Feminine cards in this connection in union, right? One more shuffle, they said. That was the last one at the bottom. The bottom is the Death card. So Scorpio, gang in the building. Also, it's like a rebirth. So like I was picking up, there's some type of rebudgeting. There's a different way of going about things moving forward in your relationship, and I don't feel like maybe either the divine masculine or the divine feminine hasn't communicated how the compromises are sitting with them, is what I'm feeling. I don't feel like it's that they can't overcome this sacrifice or this compromise. I don't feel like it's a deal breaker for your counterpart, but I feel like it needs to be fully communicated. They need to be able to fully express exactly how they feel about this new approach in the way that you all are doing things moving forward in your relationship. I was asking for cards out for the divine feminine, and the first card we got out was the high priestess. Yeah, I feel like the divine feminine, this is the book of destiny in your lap. It's like I feel like you are thumbing through, I just heard, is this my life? This can't be us. This can't be life. It got to be more. Not to that level. I don't feel like she's feeling that dreary about the situation at this present moment, but I do think she is reconsidering her compromises. Real shit, my G. I feel like she's reconsidering the downgrade or the moving back home or the rebudgeting. Whatever this new change is, she's like reconsidering it. At this point, she is trying to roll with the punches, I just heard, but I do feel like to some degree she feels like that she has a little regret in this compromise. Not that it's a burden, but I do feel like that y'all need to fully communicate about this shit, G, because it can, the more that it festers inside of your divine feminine, it can become a burden to where she might just feel the need to, that motherfucker was on the bottom of the deck, G, so we don't want that. It's not what the vibe is here. I'm not feeling that. So the next card out for divine feminine is the Queen of Wands. Yeah, we did have that out for the last reading, the ones in separation. I feel like you all are counterparts with this Queen of Wands coming out. You all are counterparts, so you can discuss anything that you feel passionately about, right? With the wand suit. Also, I am hearing fire signs. So what is that? Leo, Sag, Aries. You could be that, or you could just, again, this could be how your divine feminine feels like, very passionate about these said sacrifices and compromises. She can feel very passionately about that. And like I was saying, if you let that type of energy just sit, divine masculine, especially with this, because your divine feminine is a very strong woman. If you let that type of energy sit with her, it's going to boil and fester into the point where it's going to like make her hit a boiling point that's irrational, for real. If y'all can just sit down and have this conversation, because I feel like once she expresses herself, this is the high priestess. This is like she's the knower of all things, right? In the tarot, this is like someone who is very spiritual, someone who does have a higher perspective and can see things. That's why she did make these compromises, because she could see the bigger picture, right? But I feel like if she doesn't fully express how she feels in her emotional body about these changes, it's going to fester to the point to where she feels unheard. Even if that's not your intention, divine masculine. That's how she's going to end up feeling, and we don't want that. So the last card out was, yeah, Seven of Swords in reverse, though. I'm going to give it to you upright. Seven of Swords upright is a motherfucker who feels used, someone who's feeling regretful about the choices that they made. This is what it means upright. This is in reverse. So I don't think that these compromises or said sacrifices make her feel used or useless, or I don't think it changes how she feels about herself or this connection. But I think if you don't get a grip on, not even a grip, but if you just don't, if y'all can't have this conversation about it, I think that it can, a mountain can grow into a molehill, G. And that's just what's in her energy for this Valentine's Day shit. So if y'all going somewhere, divine feminine, divine masculine, in union, like I was saying, if y'all are celebrating this Valentine's Day shit together, doing something, if you feel the need to speak on something, just speak on it. Don't hesitate. If you are picking up something in your partner's energy, ask about that. You know what I mean? Like, this would be the weekend for y'all to get clarity on all things so that y'all can move forward. You know what I mean? I feel like that's really what you need to be doing this weekend in union. You know what I mean? If you're in union, that's what you should be doing with this energy at bay. Real shit. So let me get some cards out here for the divine masculine in union with this tarot T-sip session, please and thank you. Yeah, you see how this one took a much more serious approach. The last one kind of sort of didn't. Yeah, let's get some cards out here for the divine masculine in union with this tarot T-sip session Valentine's special. There it went. Okay, so this one flipped upright. This is the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles usually speaks on some keep away shit, but look at you two in the card. I feel like y'all are, you, Divine Masculine, this is cards for you. You are all over that. You are all on that shit. Like you are, she is smothered, chopped, and covered in your love. Like that's why I was saying there is no questions in regards to the emotions and the love that you two share, the way that y'all get down physically, that part of the connection. There's no question there, but there is the sense of something being unsaid, right? With this being the Four of Pentacles, the keep away, there's something that needs to be released. I just heard there's a conversation that needs to be had, because I feel like because look at this man, he looks like he's dissecting this feminine energy, right? So in this conversation, it's like you are releasing her. It's like you are cutting her open and releasing that pressure that is slowly simmering inside of her. You know what I mean? Like you're relieving that pressure for her, G. This being a Four of Pentacles, there's a keep away energy, a stagnant energy, without having this conversation. In having this conversation, there is a release of that energy, that keep away energy, and I'm telling you, it makes her feel very it gets her juices flowing, my G. I'm gonna say that. The next card out is the Knight of Pentacles. Absolutely. So we already said that she was smothered, covered, topped, Waffle House style in your love, right? Here's another depiction of that. Knight of Pentacles. Usually the Knight of Pentacles is the slow moving knight, right? Like, but they are also the knight that is offering something tangible. And this knight is offering her, like, I don't know if it's an apple or peewee, or I said peewee, kiwi, or what type of fruit that is, but it's green. So for me, the color green, it speaks on the heart chakra, right? So I feel like this is how you feel in this union with your divine counterpart, Divine Masculine. You feel like you want to always be her knight in shining armor. You want to always offer her your heart for her to hold. Like, you don't see it any other way. Like, she is the apple of your eye. I just heard. Yeah, so your love is undeniable for this woman. Period. It's undeniable. And listen, let me tell y'all something, my G. I am just having fun playing in the sandbox of y'all energy, because I'm not in connection. Like, I'm a single Divine Feminine. So to feel this, even playing in the sandbox of y'all energy, I'm telling you, my G, this type of shit right here, this shit right here, nigga, that's the type of shit you want, G. Last card out for Divine Masculine, yes, the Chariot. Solid foundation, solid movement forward, something you can tangibly stand on, build on, work. Like, this is with these three cards, you can build an empire. You know what I mean? With the release of this Four of Pentacles, with the release of this Four of Pentacles, pent up energy of the conversation that needs to be had. With that release, with this, you always offering her your heart, you know what I mean, with no conditions, this unconditional peace, love, and light you are offering to her. And with this solid forward movement, this Chariot, this car that y'all can sit in together and move forward and keep it listen, the way that you two feel about each other is undeniable, my G. It is. And you all feel the same way about each other. If y'all are on here trying to see how the other person feels about each other, they feel the same exact way. They feel the same exact way. The only thing that is here is this conversation, really. And even that is something that can be handled quickly and like real clean, I feel like. So give me some cards out here for the Divine Feminine in union for this Tarot T-Sip session as far as the advice for the weekend. What does the weekend look like, feel like, smell like, dare I say, for Divine Feminine in union on this Valentine's special for the Tarot T-Sip session? Divine Feminine in union, please. That one. So yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Now with this, I feel like usually Nine of Pentacles is a single person, but with this, and usually I say this is a motherfucker cutting ties, but for this reading at this time, I'm seeing one continuous piece of hair, G. One continuous piece of hair from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. It's like you all are, like I was saying, you are actual divine counterparts. You two are not only cut from the same cloth, you are bred from the same soul. You are one soul in two physical forms, G. This pair of scissors here is the conversation, right? The sharp object in the room, the elephant in the room, the sword, the conversation. You know what I mean? What does it look like, feel like, smell like? It looks amazing, feels amazing. I feel like you all are getting a higher level of understanding for exactly who you are to each other. You know what I mean? With this one continuous piece of hair that I've never really seen that before. One, like seeing it as one hair. I've never really seen that. So with me seeing it as that, I feel like, with me seeing that for the first time in this reading, I feel like you are getting clarity on exactly who the fuck you are and who they are to you. Like two halves of the same heart. It's a heart in this disc that she's holding. You know what I mean? So what does this weekend feel like for Divine Feminine? It feels like recognition, acknowledgement, a higher level of a spiritual connection. Like it feels really dope. Yeah, the next card out is the Fool card. I feel like y'all are taking a leap of faith that I feel like y'all shit was already dope as fuck, but it's like getting even doper. Like it really, really is. Through this Valentine's energy, through this Mercury retrograde energy, you know, that it causes you to reassess things and have different levels of communication and shit like that. That also can have you having communication fuck ups, right? So that could be the energy that is within this union right now, because that's the energy at play. That might be why you're having a hard time communicating, because of this fucking retrograde shit. So understand, you know what I mean? Don't take all the pressure on yourself as far as how you are communicating, is what I'm hearing for the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine in union. Don't put so much pressure on yourself about how you're effectively or not so effectively communicating this weekend. Just communicate, okay? Just fucking communicate. That's it. You ain't got to worry about being politically correct with your counterpart, G. Y'all, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of it. Y'all can say it how it is and be able to put those pieces together in a constructive way. You know what I mean? So what does it look like for you? Divine Feminine, it looks like a whole new world. Still with this same dude, it's like a whole different, I don't know why the Hierophant's not out here, but probably because this is a different level of commitment. So maybe it'll come out with a different deck. We'll see. All right, what does it look like for the Divine Masculine in union with this Tarot Tea Sip session, this Valentine's Day special? This one really wants to come out. One more. Divine Masculine, there it went. Oh yes, Ace of Pentacles. What does it smell like, feel like for you, Divine Masculine? A solid, tangible offer in the 3D. We always, well, not always, but here lately, we have been pulling this fucking card for, what did I say with these 3 candles? It's a different level of commitment. It's a spiritual, you know, it transcends this 3D shit. Like, I'm going to try to get you. Yes, now you can see the heart. I've been trying to show y'all the heart for weeks. There you go. Boom. Boom. So what does it feel like? It feels like your heart mending. I feel like with you being able to express yourself, Divine Masculine, and with your Divine Feminine being able to express herself, it's like you're mending those broken patterns. I just heard, thank you, OG, those broken patterns in your communication, like on many different levels, not even in just the way you communicate with your divine counterpart, but just in the way that you communicate in general. Like in the past where people have said hurtful things, you are able to mend that through this conversation. I feel like the conversation is going to go in a whole, like you're gonna have like hours and hours of conversation from the beginning of this one conversation, is what I feel like. Like I feel like y'all gonna talk for hours, like on some no you hang up first shit, but y'all gonna be together. But it's gonna be like on some high school 8-hour conversation shit. But through that 8 hours of conversation, I feel like y'all are weaving through all the different levels of your spiritual self with each other. Like I'm feeling ooey gooey goodness. Like look at y'all on this fucking card. Yes, bang it out. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, G, bang it out. The fuck? That's why y'all are in union. You can do that. Yes, Queen of Pentacles. This is my divine feminine card. So yes, this is you, divine masculine. This is how you, it's what it look like, feel like, smell like for you. It looks like, feels like, smells like you are in the presence of your divine feminine, G. Yes. And look at you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.